Yo, hello. Welcome to the MasterPlan stream. I am SolarLune. I am the creator of MasterPlan. This camera's a little too high. How about that? How about that? It's a little too low. How about that? How about that? How about this? How about that? How about, yeah? And then maybe, actually, the problem is just that it's too zoomed in. That is exactly the problem. We have resolved the issue and we may return to the stream. Now, um, yes, hello, welcome to the stream. I am SolarLune. I'm the creator of MasterPlan, which is a project planning software, primarily for creative or game dev people, that kind of stuff. Basically, if you're an individual or one person, essentially, it's to help you make games. That's really the point, and we're gonna be working on that today. It's been a while since I put out an update. Sorry on that. It's just been kind of problematic. It's just been taking time, unfortunately. But upside, I got Linux running in a virtual machine here, specifically Ubuntu 20.04. And I'm, of course, running on Linux myself. This is Manjaro. And the reason why I have Linux in a virtual machine here is because I need to be able to test or make builds using a different version of glibc, because the version of glibc that ships with Manjaro is like more cutting edge version. So people who are running older versions of Linux, like Ubuntu 20.04, can't run the application. So basically, it's like if you trying to think of an example. I'm trying to think of an example, but basically, it's like if you shipped a game that ran on like the most like cutting edge version of an NVIDIA driver, where it's like it needs the most latest version, the most latest. It needs the latest version of an NVIDIA or AMD driver, but you don't actually use any of the features from the those versions. So you're just cutting people out. So basically, what we're gonna do, or what I need to do, is just make builds for older versions of Ubuntu, which is what we'll try, and then see if it works on my machine. And if so, then we can use this to basically make a version that runs on everybody's machine, rather than having some people be left out. So that's what we'll be doing. That's what we'll be trying here. I tested this. This actually works in the VM, which is great. Also, hello to everybody in chat. Sorry for starting late. I always forget I have to set up my camera. Something I always forget to do. Come on. Resize your screen. There it goes. I don't know why it doesn't like full screen in here. Fine. This is fine. So it's laggy, but it does work. It does work. That's really the main thing we're trying to see, is does it work? It does work, so that we're good there. So we will close. We might be able to go ahead and run the build script and get a build out. So let's try that. Build main go b Linux unknown command. Oh, whoops. There we go. This dog outside. Okay, so we're building the binary. We'll see if that works. We'll need a shared. Oh, I forgot that we need music. Let's get some music here. I'll do, I think. All right, so this is building still. We'll need a shared folder, so we'll see if we can set that up here. Looks like it's already enabled. We'll see if this works. Snow Bazera asks, I know you've been rewriting it in SDL. What made you choose SDL over Ebiton? Primarily, I needed input management support, so you could enter text using an IME, like Japanese or Chinese or something like that, other languages. I was working with Raylib initially, which worked pretty well actually, and I would recommend it. But it didn't support IMEs, so it didn't really support other languages. So that's kind of what made it not feasible. But otherwise, that's really the main thing. Okay, so this is still building. So once this is done building, I'll put it in the shareable folder, and then I'll be able to launch it hopefully on my main host Linux machine, and we'll see if it works. While that's going, we can go ahead and see about this. So the issue that we've been having here is this: the text needs to basically change height as necessary. Let's see. So I think this is what we need to do. So we will go to main. Yeah, still building. We'll go to main. We will, actually, I guess I can kick this over here. Snow says maybe one day a card could use Tetra 3D to render a simple model. That would be cool. Maybe if Ebiton gets like IME support, I might transfer this over to Ebiton. As absurd as that would be, because I've already done so much work with SDL, I kind of feel like I like Ebiton more. I just feel like I like Ebiton more, and I feel like I might be able to batch stuff more efficiently with Ebiton. I feel like when I draw things with SDL, I'm doing a lot more manual drawing, and I feel like it's not batching. I feel like that it's like sending draw commands kind of individually, which is just going to be slower. So we'll see if Ebiton ever gets IME support. I know that that's on the GitHub, like an issue to complete. So maybe it will at some point. That'd be sick. Okay, so let's see. This is not finished building. It didn't successfully build. Let's see. Can I make this full screen? Can I make it bigger? There we go. Error status, or error exit status 2. That's no good. Why would it error out when building? If it can run, then it should definitely be able to build. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't like that screen resolution. Might be an issue with the VRAM I've allocated to it or something like that. Let me check the settings. Let's see. Yeah, maybe the video memory needs to be higher. Can we make the... Yeah, that's probably fine. Probably. Give it a little bit more RAM. Alright, let's try that. Okay. Yeah, so what we're doing now, let's see. Right, okay. Let me see, is it here? Where we do the scan? It's only for checkbox. Okay, scan text. Button scan text. Okay. Okay, root H. Something like this. So let's see if this works. Also, this finally came back up. Better. Okay. I guess I just needed more VRAM. Okay, cool. All right, so that's going. Okay. So yeah, we can see that it's setting the width correctly, but the height is incorrect. Height should be okay, let's see. Maybe we don't need we can do -1 here. Because what we want to do is basically when this happens, the height adjusts as necessary. I guess we just do something like this. That might give us the result we want. Let's see. Oh, it's still just one line. I see. So yeah, this won't work. We need probably render result. Snow Bazura asks, any thoughts on the new generics and Go? Let's see. Make it a little bit bigger for everybody to see. Okay, write the code. Some ints map. Okay, that's normal. Alright, this is normal. Right, one function. Okay. Some ints or floats, k comparable v int64 or float64. Declare a sum ints or floats function with 2 type parameters inside the square brackets. K and v, and one argument that uses the type parameters of m of type map kv. The function returns the value of type v. Okay, I see. So it can take either of these, and the key has to be a comparable, like a string. Okay, I see. So it takes a map of string to number. So it can take either an int64 or a float64. I see. A map of string. I see. So it could be anything. It doesn't have to be a string. It just needs to be comparable. So, oh, okay, I see. So basically you could pass like a map of string to floats, or a map of like ints to, you know, ints to ints, whatever. Okay, That's not too bad. It's a little weird, but that's not too bad. Remove type arguments when calling generic function. Aren't needed. Call the generic function omitting the type arguments. Oh, I see. So you can do this. Or you can just do that. Okay. Declare a type constraint. Number is in64 or float64. Okay. So it's a union. So then you could just be like, it has to take a number, and then you can just pass. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right. That's pretty simple. That's not as bad as it could be. And it's pretty much as good as I think you're going to get in a statically typed language where you kind of have to know the types of things ahead of time. Where you can't just have like wildly generic types and stuff. It's like, you know, the generic system here wasn't designed from the ground up for Go. Or rather, Go wasn't designed with the generic system in mind, I don't think, from the jump. So this solution is I think pretty elegant for what it is. So you can define basically a union, or you can define a function to take a union of types. I'm not sure where comparable comes from. The type constraint comparable. Intended specifically for cases like this, the comparable constraint is pre-declared in Go. It allows any type whose values may be used as an operand of the comparison operators, equals or not equals. Requires that map keys be comparable. So declaring k as comparable is necessary, so you use k as the key in the map variable. This, okay. I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I guess you could also make a union yourself of comparable types. If you didn't want to use comparable, I guess you could use just like a union. I guess maybe you could use just a union of comparable. Make an interface of comparable types. Wait. Does this mean that this is a little different, because it used to be like that interfaces could only be functions. So if you can declare number types or data types here in the interface, does that mean that you can declare variables as well? The syntax for index interface types now permits the embedding of arbitrary types, not just type names of interfaces. Yeah, this is how it used to be, where it could basically just take functions. May also be an arbitrary type term T, or a term of the form tilde T, specifying the underlying type T or union of terms. Okay, so they just extended interfaces to be able to refer to data types. You can't use them as variables, or you can't use you can't like embed a variable or specify a variable as fulfilling an interface. I wish they did do that, because I feel like that would basically allow you to just kind of more easily do certain kind of what's the word? Certain concepts. Like if you're doing like a class-based kind of approach, or a kind of basic class-based approach, like say like a game object in a engine, You might have things like whether it's visible, whether whether it's solid, those kinds of things. And you can make functions for this purpose, or you could just be like, well, a game object has to have a visible property. It has to have a solid property. And as long as any object has those properties, then it fulfills that interface, rather than the current system where it has to have a function to make those properties, to make those objects fulfill the interface. It just feels like it is needless cruft sometimes. Like if you have a getter that just returns a variable, then why not just make it so that the variable itself fulfills the interface, in my opinion. As an example, just to kind of visualize what I'm talking about. Let's say you have a package, right? Also, we won't get syntax highlighting this way. Let me do it like over here. So let's say you have a package and you have a type, right? So you say like, oh, type game object interface. In order for something to fulfill the interface of the game object, you have to fulfill the functions. So like visible returns a bool. So if I want to make something that fulfills the game object or is seen as a game object, I have to say, okay, go, or say type player is a struct, and we will make a function, something like this, right? So now player fulfills visibility on the fulfills interface, the game object interface, and we can have a visibility bool, something like this. So now you have a visible bool that's basically, controls whether the player is visible, and you have a visible function that basically just returns player.visible, which is okay, but this is cruft, right? It would be better if you could just be like, visible is a bool like that, and then you don't even have to have this, because now player fulfills the game object because it has a visibility boolean variable. That would be great to me, because then you wouldn't have to use functions. It's not that big of a deal, but it's just like, it's a little more unnecessary. Basically, it feels like it's just a little bit extra, but that's cool. I think that overall it's good to have generics work the way that they do. It looks fine. I think it's pretty good. Like I said, I would personally rather have interfaces be able to take variables or property types. That would be like great to me. Well, not rather, but I think that would be a great addition. I think generics in their current incarnation is fine. I think this works well. An interface representing all types with the underlying type int, which implement the string method. So you can do something where an interface, let's see. So you can make an interface of a type. Floats, okay, so floats, any float, kind of float, okay. The underlying types are either float 32 or float 64. Okay, so yeah, this is pretty good, but yeah, this is pretty good. This is pretty good for generics. I think it fills the role of generics that people really want out of Go. We can close this. Yeah. I was looking at the wrong camera. But yeah, I was looking at this camera, not that camera. But yeah, it's that's a pretty good solution. I think it's not like perfect, but it's, well, I mean, it's not that it's not perfect. It's a good solution to the problem that a lot of people have, which is basically that they have to make a whole bunch of, I guess, additional functions for individual types that kind of do the same thing. In general, I don't find that you have that much in my programming, where it's like, in my experience programming with Go, where it's like, oh yeah, we have like 5 different sort functions or 3 different get the index of an object in this array or in this slice function. Like, for the most part, but I guess because game object or game development is kind of like dense in that it works a lot on like individual data types. If I was working with like, maybe a database of you know, store purchases and, you know, different objects and stuff like that, then maybe it would be different. Where, you know, I could have theoretically a lot of different functions for a lot of different object types, but with game dev, you're really working with like game objects or game data, you know, kind of first and foremost, where you're not really sorting or performing operations on a lot of different object types. You're performing maybe a lot of operations on an individual type of object a lot. In any case, I think it's a pretty good solution. Brett. Okay, well, I'm not sure why I didn't save the command I ran, but it was something like is it like, there we go. So yeah, are we gonna get a message as to why this is crashing or no? Oh, it built. Okay, I'm not sure what happened before. Maybe I had to restart for some reason. Let's see if it actually does work. Okay, now let's go over to our actual, hold on. There you go. Our actual, this is our build. All right, so it does work. Excellent. Perfect, because previously this was not working properly because I was using an older version of Ubuntu that had an older version of SDL where it wasn't able to draw, like it would silently just not do anything if you called draw copy F on the renderer. So like things weren't rendering, like the text wasn't rendering, GUI elements weren't rendering, and I was just like, what's going on? And then I went down the rabbit hole of like, not the rabbit hole, but I was, you know, investigating like which version of SDL was I using and all that stuff. And then I'm like, wait, I'm just using an old version of Ubuntu that has an old version of SDL. All right, so that solves that. Okay, so we're good there. We're good. Cool. Okay, so that works. So now we just have to actually solve this issue. And then I think I'm just going to push a build out once I get this resolved, if I can. So this, we need this, right. So I did that before this. Where were we? We were here. Okay, so okay, so it does work. So if we mouse over it, it says we have one line. If we do this and mouse over it, now it says we have two lines. So it's working. We just need it to not work only when we mouse over. All right, we're good. So how do we want to do this? The easiest way to do this is to go to main.go, go to the menu where we have the setup, which is the URL menu. And do something like this. Let's see, let me close the others real quick and then go to menu. All right, so TL, set max size, right? And then also float, we'll just copy this. That would be TL, render result, yeah. And then we just do the same thing for DL for the description. And that should kind of give us what we want. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. That's exactly what I'm looking for, basically. All right. Well, that's that. That's it, dude. That's basically it. We'll make it maybe something like this, maybe in size. Here we go. Can we make it a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, and a little bit taller? That's fine. It doesn't have to be that tall, actually. Excellent. Now we want to make it so that when you click on it, it takes you over to the website. It would also be good if we could color this in some other way, some other like visual, you know, make this colored somehow. What happens if we type in Google? Yeah, cool. If we could get a little, oh, hold on. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is pretty good. This is pretty good. We want a little icon here. That'd be cool if we could have a little icon showing, you know, copyright content, copyrighted logos of the websites that you type in. So in order for that to happen, what we need to do is we need to retrieve it. We need to retrieve the fave icon, which I think we can get that. Let's see. When we, let me see, it's an URL button. Yeah, I think it's here. Here we go. So we're getting the information from the title. We're getting the description if possible, and we're using I'm using GoQuery for this. So let me go to SolarLune.com. Okay, so I'm not certain if the, where's my dev console? With Opera, it's Control-Shift-I, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not sure if the fave icon is actually in the HTML. I don't know if it's referenced here at all. I don't remember. I don't feel like it is. Also, I need to update the copyright. I don't feel like it is, dude. I don't feel like it is. I don't think it is. I don't think it's anywhere on here. So I think we'll have to just get the fave icon using like just a direct grab for it. So let's try it. Fave icon. Globals. HTTP client. Get. URL. Is there like a parse? I guess we'll just try this. Because let me try this over here. If we go to solarlune.com/faveicon.png, does that work? No. Where is the fave icon located? I don't remember. I should know. This is my own website. I guess I'll look it up. Projects. Do I not have HTML here? I thought I had my own. I think I might have gotten rid of it. Let me see. Or just not transferred it over. Maybe? That is what happened. Okay. Okay, the fave icon is in media. But isn't it base? Is it faveicon.ico? Is that it? No? All right, let me double check here. because I'm sure that the favicon is somewhere on the like. Yeah, I thought it was at the root of the domain. Okay. All right, so according to this, there's a couple of different ways to get the favicon. One is to look for a link with the icon. Yield a higher quality image. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that first. So that would be, look for a link tag. Streams well. Favicon. It would be href. Okay. So let's go with this as a general concept. Alright, so it doesn't look like it's finding anything. Let's close this. Find link each. Let's see. I just want to see if it actually is finding each individual link. I think it should, right? This is how this works. So there's 5 links on itch.io's page, and none of them are the favicon, I guess. I'm sure there's more, but yeah, there's definitely more than that. There's like 40 links, so this must not be the way to do this. Let's see. Sort. I just want to see if I can examine it a little bit. No text. Or it's blank. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. How do we get the favicon? I can use google.com S2 favicons. It's gone. DuckDuckGo has one. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just do that. Alright, let's try this. Let's see if this works. This might be a way to do it. So what we're going to do is, if this works, we will try icons. Okay, so we'll try HTTP. Yes, I suppose. Icons. I don't actually know if that will work. Let's try just HTTP. icons.duckduckgo.com/IP2/ and then plus URL button link plus .ico. Save. All right. Let's see if this works. All right, so we're getting some stuff. No error. Okay, that's good. Oh, 404 not found. All right, well, it didn't work. Let's see. DuckDuckGo has another solution. Lucretia says, "Hello, Lunar Soul. Hello, how's it going?" Icons that DuckDuckGo. Is this? I'm not sure what if this is. Okay, so that works. You can search, but not through icons. Let's see. Icons and IP2. Let me try looking it up. DuckDuckGo get icons. Save icons. May I use DuckDuckGo? Places PR, change the message. You can enable, use Google, make format. Okay, so use place Google with DuckDuckGo. Okay, so this is this key pass. Okay, all right. How do they do it? IP3. All right, let's see. All right, so it is working. So then icons just have to be IP3. Maybe it's not HTTP. Maybe it's just icons. Icons.go.com/IP3/URL button.link.ico. Let's see if that works. Nil. Unsupported protocol scheme. Let's try H real quick. .ico. All right, so that does work. So then it should work. It might be that the link is incorrect. Let's see, URL button link. HTTP IHIO. Yeah, it needs to be www dot, doesn't it? This is a string. URL button link dot. Okay, save. This is probably it returns an error. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Parse URL. Parsed Favicon. Parsed URL dot. Let's see. Where is this coming from? Scheme. The general form represented is scheme / user info @ host / paths query fragment. So I'm guessing it's something like HTTP, right? So it's HTTP. Oh my gosh, I can't remember how HTTP works. There we go. All right, so it's something like this. this is the format of a website, so I'm guessing it would be www would be user info maybe, and the host would be SolarLune.com. Scheme would be HTTP. So maybe, yeah, we don't actually have to do anything there. So I just want to see if we can do something like this. Parts URL dot scheme. Would that be HTTP? We don't need this. Is it? Oh, Lucretius asked. I forgot to even respond. Hello, I'm doing well. Working on trying to get a Favicon to show up here. The current approach I'm taking is to basically, and that actually works really well. I'm happy with that. The current approach I'm taking is to, let me just take a look at something real quick. All right, not too much memory. That's good. MasterPlan is taking 1.64% of a CPU, which is like 10% of one CPU. Something like that. Okay, that's not so bad, I guess. Okay, so yeah, we're trying to get the Favicon to show up here. That'd be cool if it could. And I'm working on it. I just have to figure out exactly how to get it, because we can use icons.duckduckgo.com to retrieve it, but in order to retrieve it, we need to know basically, I guess we might be able to just pass this part. Let's try that, because we might have that part. So if we don't say www, it still works. Okay, then we might be able to just pass that part. So SolarLune, let's try a different one. Let me see, Polygon. Okay, polygon.com.ico. Okay, so then we can just do that. So after we parse the URL, we can just get the host plus .ico, and that should get us what we want. Something like that. Something like that should generally work. It didn't work, I don't think. Let's see. Unsupported protocol scheme. What does that even mean? Is this not, I mean, but we're doing it. So like we're doing it in a web browser. It definitely should work. Icons, like there's no unsupported protocol scheme. You're not saying it needs to be like that, do you? Context deadline exceeded. Okay, so it's timeout while awaiting headers. All right, so that kind of works. Let's see. Context error exceeded. Okay, let's see if this actually is what we think it is. Okay, so we're retrieving. Yeah, that's correct. And it looks like it's worked this time, but it didn't work that time. Okay, so we might have to wait until it gives us the value we're looking for. The timeout I think currently is 2 seconds. Maybe it just needs to be longer. Is 1 second. All right, let's say it's 5 seconds. Yeah, let's give it 5 seconds to get the data. And then hopefully I can wrap all this in a Go routine where it won't take so long to work. Why did it take so long? Why does it take so long to get a response? Yeah, why is it taking so long to get a response? Have you played any good games lately? What have I played lately? I read a book. I read I read Fahrenheit 451 for the first time. Is it actually 451? That seems rather high. Yeah, it is. Okay. I was like, wait. That seems rather high. But Fahrenheit 451, great book. Wow, I was shocked. I was surprised, dude. Like, I looked it up on Goodreads because I've heard of it. And so I looked up on Goodreads, and some people were like, you know, it's a classic, it's a great book, and other people are like, it's kind of like, it's such a, what's the word? Like, I don't know. I feel like people sometimes just like want to have a complain about the book or about a work of media. Is like the books or the authors, you know, that the main character is like trying to maintain or hold on to is mainly male people who, you know, men who wrote books. And it's like, I mean, you know, that's such a minor, I mean, yeah, there's, you know, good women writers as well, but it just seems like it's such a like are you really going to not like a story because the person who wrote the story has the protagonist focus on books written by men as opposed to women? Is like, there's nothing saying said in the book that women cannot write books or only men can write, you know. That's not the narrative or the point of the book, the story at all. So I'm not, it's weird. I saw people kind of complaining about it, but like at its core, it's a really interesting book. Very very interesting. It's very interesting. It's just like, it's a good book, dude. I liked it. Yeah, I thought he did a good job. And now we're getting the icon immediately. I don't know why it takes some time sometimes. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We will oh, what games have been playing otherwise? I don't remember. Smash lives rent free, of course. I was starting the old Strider Metroidvania from like 2014 or 2017, something like that. That was pretty good. That's pretty good. I got what's the game by Platinum? I don't know if I can remember it. It's a game by Platinum on Switch. Astral Chain. That was pretty good. I haven't beat it yet. I've gotten maybe 3-4 hours in, something like that. It's a pretty fun game. Pretty fun, like Platinum beat 'em up or action game, character action game. But yeah, nothing like out of the ordinary where it's like just sucking up my time. I know Vampire Survivors is big. I know Super Auto Pets is big. Wordle is big. But yeah, nothing like out of the ordinary where I'm just like, oh man, you gotta play it. Yeah, I don't know why this isn't retrieving the data. I don't know if it's a matter of timeout. If we just give it an insane timeout, I don't know if it will actually ever retrieve the icon. Retrieving. All right, so it did eventually get it. So I guess it just might take that time sometimes. If it just takes that time, it just takes that time, I guess. Fine. All right, we'll give it 10 seconds. All right, so then we'll say if if error is equal to nil, then what we want to do is basically download the image data. So this should be favicon data.body, or I guess IOU.read all. And then we want image data error will. Okay, so something like this. So retrieving it, I think it's gonna, okay, I finally got it eventually. And so this is the data. Yeah, okay. Because we also got the favicon like body, but this is the actual data. This is the bytes that should make up the image. Okay, so we should be, I think we should be good to reconstruct this. Lucretia says, yeah, I really enjoyed it. There are different lenses for looking at books. I think looking at it from that angle is a little weird and missing the point. There's a lot of cool ideas explored. Yeah, I think that to look at it, I think there's also people were trying to, or kind of like aiming at the book as saying like, oh, books are good and like TV is bad. And yeah, I think that is kind of a look at it. And I think the author himself also said something similar. But I do also think that it's not just that TV is bad, it's how the effects of TV on the people involved. I don't think the fact, like just television being bad is it. Just like, you know, people who say like, oh, cell phones rot your brain or video games rot your brain. It's like, well, no, it's not that video games and cell phones do that specifically, but how you use those tools or those pieces of entertainment. That's what rots your brain. That's what is bad. It's not the existence of these objects. It's how people use those objects or what people put into those objects. And I think that was an idea explored really well in Fahrenheit. I think that it wasn't just that, you know, people were using television or using, you know, Bluetooth headsets. As of in the 1950s, it was basically like Bluetooth, you know, wireless earbuds, which is kind of cool. That he, like, the author foresaw Bluetooth headsets and, you know, kind of like modern technology. But it wasn't just that people were using these pieces of technology in the book, but rather how it completely deprived them of meaningful interaction amongst their family and friends and made them basically completely uncreative, completely just consumers. They didn't create or do anything anymore. They were completely just happy to spend time and money to buy upgrades and gadgets to consume better or consume more. And I think that was the problem. It's not just that, you know, these pieces of technology existed. It's that basically the culture of the world and the people who use the technology were completely pushed to only consume all of the time as much as possible without really, you know, thinking about what they were consuming or trying to make something of their own. And the protagonist is kind of like an outsider from that philosophy. I think it was really well done. I think that you know, it may not have been perfect, but to say it's a bad book because, you know, that's kind of the thrust of it, is just like a, you know, boo technology kind of viewpoint. It's like, well, I mean, but boo technology is kind of a good technology kind of sucks. I'm not gonna like, as a game developer and a programmer, you know, technology isn't all it's cracked up to be. I don't know if people really need to hear that technology is kind of thrashed, but it is kind of thrash. All right, so this is working. This should be working. So we have the image data. I think we can form an image out of it. Now, I don't want to make it so that if you, for example, type in google.com, you get the favicon of Google. You type in solarlune.com, you get my favicon. You go back to google.com and it has to re-download the icon. So to avoid that, what I will do is I will store the images that we make, I guess the textures that we make, somewhere globally. I don't think we can put it in resources because I don't know if resources, we can like push data into resources. We might be able to do this using resources. We might be able to do this using resources. So we'll try this. We will try globals.resources get and pass this string. And we'll see. Response. All right, let's see if this works. So it looks like it might have finished downloading already. So we'll see if this works. We'll see if this works. So we'll try just getting the image. And then we'll store it, I guess, as a... I don't know if we can get it as a PNG, but we'll see. All right, so we have the text, we have the link, we have that. Image will be, or I guess we'll say Favicon. Oh, we'll put this here. Favicon is going to be a resource. New parsed result. All right, so we're going to go with something like this. Actually, we can just put this down here, maybe. Yeah, and then parse equals parse URL button link, parse host.ico. All right, and then say URL button result. I guess we could just do it like this. I guess we could just do it like this. And then we can just say result.title, result.description, and then result.favicon is this. And then I think we're good to go. So the general idea here, background song is tight. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Okay. So it's freezing, which is not good. We don't want it to freeze. Okay. We don't want it to freeze. So we'll see. We'll see if we can kind of work our way around this. But once this is working, we have the favicon. Then we go over here to contents. Element icon. This should be an icon by image. And texture equals result dot favicon as image dot texture. Something like this. We'll see if this works. Main menu element. Okay, so URL menu. Yeah, that's kind of it. I don't know how it became this, but that's kind of it. Google. I mean, like, it's thrashed, but that's the general idea. I'm thinking it might be that there's alpha transparency that's not being... You know what? I might save this for another time. I might make the URL parsing. It never got it. I might make the URL parsing just like not work this way, because it's not that critical, and it's really kind of something that's like, you know, I could work on it kind of at my leisure and kind of come up with a better approach to it. The reason why I even wanted to do it was because like when you type something into Google, can I just get Google? Sometimes it'll do it. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can kind of. So like this is kind of what I want a little bit, is like the name of the website, the description, and then a little icon. It looks better, I think, on like Google Docs or Google Sheets. I'm trying to pull it up here. Let me see if I can do it. There's like it didn't get anything for me, but let's try Google. Yeah, so I just kind of want like this little icon, this title, this there should also be like a description down here. Normally it seems like there is, but for whatever reason it's not there. Yeah. But anyway, I guess this is just not that important, to be honest. There's no reason to hold up development or pushing out a new build for this, because this is like not that critical. Lucretia says, this background song is tight, thank you. This is a song I made for a game. Yeah. I still have to do something with that game. This is also one. All right, so yeah, we won't worry about parsing URLs for now. All right. Lucretia says, that door game, what happened to that? That's a good question. I got kind of caught up. I don't remember why I stopped, actually. Thinking back to it now, I don't really care to work with Go SDL for game development. I don't feel like, or at least it's fine, but I feel like Ebiton is just I'm more comfortable in Ebiton now, as to be expected, since I am making a 3D renderer using Ebiton. So I might just move it over to Ebiton. Like I kind of started it to kind of get into Go SDL, to kind of like get used to it, and I did learn some stuff. So at the very least, I did learn some stuff. So at the very least, I could, you know, it transfers over to MasterPlan here, but I probably would just move it over to Ebiton. That probably would be a good idea. I think I'm probably just going to do that now that I think about it. Yeah, maybe I'll just move back to that. Okay. So this is working. The text is misaligned here. Let's see. Let's see why it is. This is a button. I feel like if you did some game jams, you probably finish some games, like 1 to 2 day game jams. I don't know. I feel like maybe I've finished games pretty quickly before, and I've participated in game jams, but it takes a lot of time. Like, I don't know if I ever have like that block of time to just like work for 48 hours or 72 hours uninterrupted. If I did, I probably could do it, but I don't think I ever have like a block like that. I always have something to do infrequently in that period, but I can't like not do it. Maybe I should just take a few days and make something. I feel like that could be fun, and I could do it. It just wouldn't be. I wouldn't be able to use the entirety of the block. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe set a 48-hour time limit that you use however you want. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be cool to make something in a couple of days, but not sequentially. Oh, I see what you mean. Like, I can spin 48 hours, and I can like start and stop it at will. That could be good. Maybe I'll do that, because that way I could kind of like decide how and when to use that 48 hours. Although if it's 48 hours, that's kind of a long time. So maybe just 24 or something like that, because that would just be 3 8-hour blocks. So like 3 days. If I wanted to work 8 hours straight, I could do that. That might be fun. Yeah, that's an idea. Maybe I'll do that. Okay. So when we set rectangle, we push the text over. It was useful for me to basically scope out a project properly. Yeah, definitely seems like it could be useful for those kinds of situations. Can we kick this over? Why is it so far over? The label is over. Is this not what I'm thinking of? Why is this right and this is not? Is it because it's aligned differently? File is like left aligned, checkbox is center. Main file. New button. Are buttons always aligned? Whoops. Are buttons always aligned the same? But text is always aligned center. Oh, so is it just that file is a wider button? Yes. So if I said like file, the button was nil, and we'll just do the same thing for view, then it would be misaligned. Yes. Whoops. All right, that explains things. Sorry for, I'm just trying to press F1. I keep misclicking, mistyping. All right. So then, if it's like this, how do we want to do this? If we could, if buttons are always the same, the button rectangle is here, then let's see, do we want to just move the icon over? I mean, I guess we could, but yeah, let's try that first. Let's try that. I'm pretty sure the reason why I did this and the problem I had was essentially with the icon. If you just move the icon over, then you'll be able to mouse over the icon partially at the very least, and not like be hovering over the button, which is bad. Obviously, you don't want that. So we'll try it first and see if it works. But if it doesn't, then we'll adjust as necessary. So this is the icon. We'll just move it over by the size of the icon. Pretty sure that's too far normally, but yeah. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say the position of the icon should be basically we should position the icon horizontally exactly on the center of the button. All right, so that should kick us that the icon is directly centered with the text. It is. Now what we want to do is move it over by basically the size of the text. So text size is going to be button label text render result image. We want actually the width of the line. We might be able to store that here in the text render result actually. Text size. All right, sorry there. My bad. X divided by 2, and then we'll minus text size dot x. Oh, text width. All right, something like this should get us a little bit closer, maybe. This is because the label didn't draw. There's no result. Where is it not drawing a render? That's where. Close button should be an icon. Button. Close button. Button should be new icon. Button. We don't care about the position. Icon source. Build space. All right, let's try that. Still will probably crash. Okay. All right, so that's working. All right, and then we want to subtract the width of the icon divided by 2. We're almost there. But see, yeah, the problem here, you're seeing the problem. Basically, the size of the... All right, I guess that's fine, actually. Well, there you go. That's the problem. Like, I'm mousing over the icon, and it's not covering it. So we can Lucretia says otherwise it can take forever and never finish. Yeah, I feel you. There's so many things to do. There's so many games to make, dude, and it takes so long to make games, man. Okay, so yeah, I think what we need to do, I think the positioning of the icons is basically perfect. It's just that the rectangle needs to be stretched, essentially. Like if we go to if we go to F1, you can see half the icon is basically outside of the rectangle. So the rectangle needs to just be wider. It takes forever to make games. Yeah, it just does, dude. It's such a pain. But it's like some people and some development studios and stuff manage to bang out like impressive games in 6 months or a year, and it's just like, I don't know how they do it, man. I don't know. Okay. All right. If button icon source is not equal to nil. So yeah, I think that we can't really position the icon differently. That's what I was talking about. I don't think we can really position the icon differently. I think we need to instead get the icon to be kind of included in the button. And that's what we were doing here. All right, let's see. Should I just make it like left aligned or something? Maybe I should. Maybe the label should just be left aligned. That might just make things simpler. If we align the label left, then we can just push it to be directly on the... Yeah, this is a little bit better. Because then we can say, okay, push the text over a little bit more. And then the icon can be simply... basically at the left edge. Lucretia says, so missed it, but what are you doing with icons in DuckDuckGo? I was... Oh, there you go. This is basically it. All right. It's largely it. This is really tight, but otherwise, this is good. This is good. I was basically trying to make it so that when you mouse over a website name, a little window pops up that shows you the website information, like the name of the website, the description, and the fave icon. I managed to get it to work, but it was so slow. I didn't really want to spend time refining it. It felt like a nice to have kind of feature rather than something that's like really critical, really key to like make, you know, MasterPlan work. I want to push a build out ideally before the end of the month, which is today. So, and I don't want to waste any more time. This has a bug fix that somebody, you know, has been waiting for a long time. This has sub pages. This has customizable colors. Like I just haven't pushed this out because I've been working on other things, and also, bruh, why is this not? What the heck is going on there? But yeah, there's a variety of other things I want to do. For some reason, these colors aren't changing. That is incorrect. Okay, we'll fix that. That's weird. I thought I fixed this, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. There we go. I kind of undo this sometimes. Like, I can undo that, but I can't undo this. Alright, I have a general idea of what what might be happening here. I think when we apply the color, we need to make an undo state. Let's see, set color, click out, okay. Apply. Yeah, I think we need to create an undo state before we, like, no, wait, why is that even necessary if we already have an undo state existing? Let's see. All right, so we have our history here, but interestingly, not all of them, like some of the history is not correct. Some of the undo state isn't correct. Should just do this, I guess. All right, so yeah, you can see here that the, also, is this big enough? If the text is too small, I guess it's too late to say anything now. But if the text is too small, let me know. Let's see. Yeah. So some of this isn't like serializing correctly. This, well, none of this is serializing correctly. They should all be serializing like that. Yeah. Why aren't they serializing correctly? Okay. So when we load a project, we're looping through the cards, we're setting properties. Like, we're clearly serializing correctly. This is all correct, I think. I mean, some of this stuff is unnecessary, but like the rest of the stuff is correct. But when we go here, the undo states are incorrect. I guess it's because when we do this, the undo state is incorrect. Yeah, maybe we need to do that. Although, no. Well, maybe. But yes. Why is this incorrect? Alright, let's do this. because it might be something that I'm missing. We will debug. I'm waiting for it to debug. As far as I know, it's working. I guess we'll just keep working until then. So the problem here is, I think. Can you move this? I think. Well, I guess we want a spacer between the file and view menu, but I think fine, it doesn't matter what the name is. There we go. Oh, this should be centered. That's why I made it left aligned. Oh no. All right, we'll solve this handily. Button. Label align. Something like that might work. Maybe it did not, because we have to redo it. Brat. Am I a misunderstood? Oh, the debug finally came through. Oh no. Recreate texture. Do we? Is this not doing what I think it's doing? Horizontal alignment equals align center. How many times do we use new button? We use it pretty heavily. Extremely heavily. Okay. Align left. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it like that. That's fine for now. It's not worth going into. Okay, so the issue that we're having here is I straight up forgotten. Right, okay, the undo thing. Why is this happening? Because when we create a card, we're capturing undo. That's what's going on. I see. So we deserialize, we create a new card. Okay, that explains everything. So what we're gonna do then, we're gonna shut off the undo history real quick until after we're done. Then we will proceed. So we'll do something like this. Card. So update draw, and then after here, we loop through each page, loop through each card. I guess we can just do like that. And then do we even need to have an undo state for this? Because don't we like ignore? I feel like I might be going crazy. No. Oh, we have to turn it back on. Okay. Yeah, but see, why is it like disappearing? Why can't I resize this? Like, I swear I could resize this previously. Oh my gosh. It's just like I'm finding problems constantly. Is it not? Am I not able to resize stuff? Previous subpage menu, draggable. I guess I guess I couldn't resize the subpage menu. I feel like I'm positive I was able to do this previously. Nah, there's definitely something else going on here. Oh, it just resizes like automatically. Now I remember. Now I remember. Okay. I don't see. Or I partially see. Sub menu, sub page, sub. Oh man. Open sub page. Set page. Okay. Set page. That text subpage, set max size. Sub name. Something like that. I don't know. There's so much to do. Why is it even shorter than before? Page, subpage. $350 by 32. That is most definitely not correct. If it's nil, -1. Set max size, root, rect W. All right, that's better. All right, that's better. Can we make it bigger? No. No, we can't. Oh no, I opened Renoise by mistake. Like I actually did open Renoise by mistake. I'm tired. My back hurts. I'm hungry. Use that against yourself. Use that against yourself. Give me for the text size. Why is it only 512? Okay, that's better. So if we do something stupid. So many issues. I'm dying. I'm actually dying. All right, that stretches properly. This is not aligned properly. You can't go back. You can go back beyond the beginning. Okay, I'm gonna make a thing here. So fix center aligned editable text. Fix undo history. Okay, so undo history. Yeah. So why can we undo? Like we can't undo now, but we can undo now. Set page 24240. Why is 0 not included in the original set? ID 0. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm making an executive decision. I need food, possibly something sweet. I need to walk a little bit. I need to do some stuff to like fundamentally change my mindset, because this isn't working. I'm not making progress. So I will end the stream here. And I will come back to this, because like, if it's not working, don't force it. Don't force it. If it's not working, don't force it. Fix the issue and then proceed as planned. Yes. Okay. So thank you very much for watching. I've been SolarLune. We'll see if this works. You'll see if this works on the next stream, which is going to be Wednesday. So yeah, because it's like, I'm tired of coming to, you know, the MasterPlan stream and not having anything really done. Like I come to the Tetra stream, like if I'm doing a Tetra 3D stream, I come and I always have like, oh, this, usually I'm like, oh, I implemented this off camera. I don't do that with MasterPlan. I don't, because this is frustrating to me for some reason sometimes. So I need to overcome this block of like not making progress, not wanting to work on MasterPlan, because it's a good program. I believe in its potential, and I need to just fix the issues that I want to fix. You know, if there's a problem, I should just resolve it rather than working around it or letting it keep me from wanting to work on MasterPlan. So thank you for watching. If you want to support development, check out the links in the description. Sorry that it's a little bit of a shorter one today, but yeah, for some reason my brain is just not, it's not cracked. It's not cracked right now. We'll see. Maybe if I need just a little salt, maybe I just need a little, you know, something to eat, and I'll feel better in you know, an hour or something. But right now it's not happening. But thank you for coming through nonetheless, and we'll see if I can make progress next time. All right, thank you very much for watching. I've been SolarLune. It's a little bit of a short stream, sorry again, but we'll see if I can kind of raise my spirits. All right, see ya.